The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and the nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Who I am is fine with me.
Hi everybody, it's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Welcome to our show. It's Tuesday, 9 p.m. So it's my favorite hour of the week. We go live every Tuesday, 9 to 10 p.m. right here on Facebook Live. We also go live on my personal page, my Maria Gentili page. We also go live on our What's the Story with Maria page, which will pop up in a minute. Okay, here we go. So I like to watch both. You know why? Because when people comment, sometimes it comes through my personal page and sometimes it comes through my show page, and I don't want to miss a thing. If people are watching our show, they come on and they comment. We have friends that come on every week. Melissa Driscoll, Missy, oh my God, the booking manager at Stonewall, Maria, Leo, and John. Oh, I know, Missy, we're so excited. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. I mean, we love all our shows, but I got to tell you, there's something special and unique about each show. And you know, I was talking with Leo, and I always, you know, we're like two little old ladies. We talk about everything. And we were talking about, you know, the state of the world and all that. Not to get into too much detail but what I said to Leo, and he agreed, is that, you know, I listen to news all day and my head is full of it and sad. My heart gets so sad. And then I go to work and the luxury that I have to work in this industry of being around music. And Leo, you have it. You teach kids. Mm-hmm. It's that I was telling Leo, I get to work as soon as the music starts. I'm completely distracted. And for those hours that I'm at work, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking, of course, as soon as I come out, I turn on my radio in my car. But there's something so beautiful about the fact that music and the arts and our friends can distract us from the sadness around us.
And look at the Ukrainians; they've been playing.
Oh my God!
You described to me the piano player that was in her house, and the people in Odessa that played the national anthem and sang in front of the opera house beautifully.
How about the musicians that played "Don't Worry, Be Happy"? When they were playing it with trumpets and trombones, I was like, I mean, let me tell you, I've fallen in love with those people. So what I was saying, Rena Cugnali-Berge has joined us. Hello and happy Tuesday. Yes, Rena. Now we know we can start the show if Rena comes on.
The weather girl's here.
Yes, absolutely. So what I was saying, and I mean this with all my heart, is that I am so lucky. I have the most amazing friends, and Leo, you are one of those amazing friends.
Right back at you.
That absolutely, no matter how dire my head gets, my friends can pull me out of it, and I feel like the music that we're surrounded by such beautiful music and as amazing artists, and it's just like it's such a gift. So we're gonna have what, honey?
My dad just popped in. Hi, Dad.
Where is he?
He's right there.
Lena Rodriguez. I thought that was you.
Nope. I thought it was me. I'm like, who is hacking my account?
Baseball Coach Rodriguez?
Yep, that's him.
Hi, Coach Rodriguez.
He's probably tired. He's been painting the fence all day.
Leo, do you think we could ever put him on the show?
I don't know about that.
Oh, my God. I know my dad would.
Actually, you get your dad and I'll get my dad. That will be a fucking show.
You know what? Listen to me. We're going to do it for Father's Day.
That's a good one. All right, that's a good one. But not before. Was it 8 o'clock at your house, right? We got to time it right.
I don't know if we could do it lights out by 8:30 at my dad's house. If I go there, seriously, I've called you from there, and I'm like this, Leo, it's Maria. Oh my God, there's my cousin Cora.
Hi, Cora.
She is in Florida right now, but she's a Massachusetts girl. Cora, she knows my dad. We were just talking about, wouldn't it be fun for Father's Day that Leo and I could have our dads on? But then lights out in my dad's house by 8:30. Lights out. No matter what. It's like, that's it. Cora would understand this. I'm going to say something in Italian that's going to make Cora laugh. The rest of you will not. Rena will get it. My mother used to say, "Questo pare che ci hanno ucciso lo figlia alla cunola," which is very dialect, and I won't even tell you what it means because it's a little intense. Yeah, but Cora will laugh. Catherine Salvio has joined us.
Hi, Catherine.
So many wonderful people have joined us. Yes, so lights out at 8:30, but not here at What's the Story with Maria. We go live 9 p.m. See, Cora got it. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Ooh, Baker Extraordinaire has entered. Maestro himself has entered the green room. Just
oh my God, yes. So very soon we're going to bring on our wonderful friend, John Bronston, who, yes, I always introduce him as an amazing musician, musical director, baker, and singer. Do you remember that cake he made?
Oh my God, the cookies.
We had a party here.
Oh.
What was that for, Leo?
That was for your 100th show. Your 100th show, and then we had a musicians one as well.
Yeah, that's right. But John made this gigantic chocolate peanut butter cupcake. It was like this. It was literally. It took. I mean, I got half of it because people couldn't even finish it. It took me about 2 weeks to finish it. I did finish it. I did finish it. I'm back.
Oh yeah, there's no way that I. Oh yeah. I would not be able to let that go. I'd be like a dog at the bowl, like, don't.
No, if somebody cooks something like that, even if I'm on a diet, I have to eat it. It's just disrespectful not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's disrespectful. But when you were a kid, did you, like my mother, had to behave a certain way. You would have to take intermission and finish the show at my house. Rena, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. Yeah, because that's it. I think he went out last week with my male cousins. My cousin John took him out, and all of Rena's brothers and all of John's brothers. They all went out, my Uncle Nicky, for pizza. And it was a major event because it went past 9:30.
Oh, wow.
We stayed awake, but because John was driving, he had to. But I did, I said, Dad, I called him the next day, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. So, very serious. I don't know why someone would have to go to bed at 8:30 anyway. Like, that means you get up at 5 a.m. And what the hell is happening at 5 a.m.?
I don't know what it is about the process, but I have to tell you, I don't know, maybe it's the mountain air for me. I'm usually asleep by 9:30.
Okay.
It starts to hit me, but I'm also up about 5:30, 6 o'clock because I have cats.
Yes.
And also because I try to get my podcast editing done for Richard in the morning too, very early.
Very busy. Leo, by the way, let me just say that my sidekick, Leo Rodriguez,
Curtsy,
is also a gun for hire. I don't want anybody to think that I completely am bogarting that. No. Please, if you need an editor or someone to help you with anything that you're doing, Leo's your guy. He does. He can help you with the podcast. He can help with editing. He can do websites. Leo's your guy. He does all my stuff. He even is helping me and doing an amazing job. By the way, my Instagram, What's the Story with Maria Instagram account was hacked. We're trying to get it back. Leo's trying to help me. So if you hear from What's the Story with Maria trying to sell you Bitcoin, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me.
It's a bleeping hacker.
It is the bleeping hacker. From Ohio, we figured it out.
What a big jerk. Oh, Maria, I have to tell you. Maria, the most beautiful sound I ever. You have to see that movie.
I can't wait.
Steven Spielberg did a beautiful job with West Side Story. I have to tell you, he took nostalgia and he took the woke audience that we are that can't ignore things that we know now. And he put it together, and they danced their butts off, and I loved seeing all the streets. I can remember hearing how people were like, I want to go to sleep, they're still recording. But they did a great job on those streets of New York. They did a wonderful job. So I recommend to everybody, let go of the past, enjoy it.
It was filmed in Washington Heights, right?
The
apartment.
Oh, yeah.
That and In the Heights was filmed right out here because you know why they film up here? The streets are very wide, and they can put those big trucks in there.
I thought they just wanted to interrupt your parking.
Well, that's the complainer part of me that I'm like, oh, come on, man, where am I going to park my car? But then when I see the movie, it's pretty cool.
Oh, wait till you see it.
All right, so speaking of revivals, there, you know, a lot of times people say, oh, I love this show or this show or this show, and people will do revivals of it. And I personally am a fan of that. Like, I like seeing different versions of things. I like that things expand, that things are created around certain things. So this project that my friend John Bronston is working on was so intriguing to me. And when I saw it, I was like, John, you have to come on and talk about it. So...
And is John coming on first? Because I have to say, our girl stepped in this role like Pearl Bailey, too. So
and then our girl... Tarra Connor Jones is coming on second. We're going to have John talk about what's happening. Is John in the green room?
Mm-hmm. I hope he hasn't drank all my champagne.
I know. You know. Oh, my God, there he is. John Bronston.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm great. How are you all doing?
Great. You know, John, I just realized that you and I see each other a lot during the week. And now this.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's it's a lot.
It's a lot. So we work together at Stonewall Inn on Monday nights. John's amazing. There's an open mic that goes on there. Last night was incredible. It was like it's back. New York is back.
It was packed the whole night.
And John would just keep playing and playing, plays all these amazing things. And speaking of Stonewall, Alana Diaz is at Stonewall right now. She says hello from Stonewall.
Alana, go boom.
Oh, yes.
Alana, go boom, yeah. So Alana's there now. We were there last night. We're there on Mondays. And also John and I are there on Saturdays. We're at Brandy's. Most of the time. Sometimes John has lots of times, John, you're always doing something. So John will have projects that he works on. Now, John, speaking of Stonewall, speaking of projects, like you're one of the busiest guys I know. You're always doing something, and I love that. So, all right. So today I listened to a lot of audiobooks because it's easier for me while I'm cooking, and I'm listening to this book called The War of Art, and what it's about is about resistance in human beings that we self-sabotage ourselves, and because resistance in your brain it wants you to fail. You know, fear wants you to fail. And all the different things that you can do to zap that out. And you were a perfect example of what this gentleman was describing. It's like, don't listen to that, even if it does come up, those words, like, just keep going, keep creating, keep taking on projects, keep trying to change things, keep trying to beautify, I was like, oh my God, that's John, you know? And
yeah,
so
I really believe firmly that it's important for artists, if you can take on the emotional bandwidth to do it, that you've got to create things. But like, I get depressed when I am not doing things.
Me too.
And so like during the whole pandemic, you know, like I was making music the whole time during the pandemic, and I made a film project that went on, you know, for the 3 pieces of that, and it turned into something really beautiful and useful. I also believe that work begets work.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
And so whenever I'm able to do work, I say yes.
And you know, it's funny that you would talk about that, because I was thinking about that yesterday. Susie and I were talking about, like, certain times I'll work with someone, or I'll cross paths with someone that may not be the most desirable combination. Maybe that person and I were not, like the best creative, whatever. But because of that, I was introduced to someone else. That introduced me to someone else where my world completely opened up.
Yeah.
So creatively speaking, in this town, or any town, but this town especially, sometimes even the stuff that's not so great, or you might run into someone that you're not creatively compatible with, or even emotionally compatible with. But there's usually something that comes out of that, even if it's that you'll never work with them again.
Yeah, you learn something either way.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I always find is that I've been here long enough that I've had people that I've come across in my life that I wanted to do something with again. And that, if you don't create things yourself, you don't get to decide that you're going to, do something with somebody again. I met Tarra maybe almost a dozen years ago. I think
you introduced me to Tarra. You introduced me to Tarra.
I met her in Florida through Darius. She was auditioning for him in Florida, and I happened to attend that audition that day.
Wow.
And then we did 2 shows together in Florida after that, and realized, we had met before. And I encouraged her to move up here to New York. And she's just somebody that, if I don't have a project that, right now, I'm working at Tina on Broadway, and, she's not involved in that, but I wanted to do something with people that I love, that I think are so talented. This is a chance for me to get to work with a lot of people that I think are really talented and brilliant. It's also a chance for me to get to meet some new people, which I got to do on this project, too. Okay,
so now let's, because you kind of, just brushed over it, but, so John is now working on Tina, the Tina Turner musical, on Broadway. So that's another thing you're doing. Right, exactly. You see, John's always doing something. So, so how is that going, John? Is it stressful? Is it high anxiety? What's going on there? What do you want?
It's stressful. It's definitely stressful. I mean, there's a lot of people, and, it doesn't help that I came in so late to the project. I joined them at the very end of October, right after they had reopened. And, I've never seen half the people in the theater without a mask on.
Right.
So there's 300 people that work at Tina, and the only people I've ever seen without a mask on are the people on stage. So that's
So they're still doing that. They're still doing that.
Oh, yes. Really hardcore. Everyone is masked all the time the instant that they are not on stage.
But that's good to know, because there's a lot of, I noticed, by the way, Vincent Palumbo has joined us. We love Vinny. Vinny, I love you right back. So I noticed last night, John, I don't know if you noticed, that a lot of the people in the audience were tourists last night. Yeah. We had a tremendous, maybe I get a chance to talk to them more because you're playing for them. But I, as the bartender and the singer, I get to talk to people all night long. So many of them were from out of town. They were so excited to be back. And by the way, New York is relaxed things a lot now. So as of last Monday, you don't need to show vaccination to get into clubs anymore. But I'm not sure about Broadway.
No, you still have to show vaccination, and you have to be masked the entire time in the audience.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. But don't let that scare you away. What I love about that, because I'm all about the vaccines, what I love about that is when I go to a Broadway show now, I know that I'm safe. It's a safe environment, and they respect my health. Yeah. So that's still happening. But New York is open, fully open. Please come and see us. The clubs have relaxed their all that. I mean, you can wear a mask if you like. You can show if you like. That's up to you, but you don't have to anymore. They've changed that. This week it started.
Yeah.
So now, John, so you're doing Tina. I didn't even know about this next project you're working on until I saw the poster. And I said, what is he doing now? So tell us what this poster is about. I love it, by the way. I don't know who designed it, but it's wonderful.
Frank designed this poster.
Oh, my God. Frank, your husband, Frank?
Yes.
I think that's really good.
No, it was wild because I had a concept for a poster, and I sketched something for him, and he did something entirely different from what I sketched, but I love what he did. And, we fiddled with it together and got to something that we really both love.
I love it. So tell me what this is, what the audience that, like my Massachusetts friends, everybody that is like, what is this? What's going on? Tell me what it is.
It's part of a new concert series that we're going to be doing once a month at Stonewall. And we're going to take musicals and present them with a black cast. But there have been lots of shows that have been presented with black cast before. I mean, Hello, Dolly itself. That's the reason we started with it. Hello, Dolly was famously performed with an entirely black cast on Broadway in the 60s. With Pearl Bailey.
I didn't know that I didn't know that until Leo told me.
Yeah, it was Pearl Bailey and it was Cab Calloway and and actually Morgan Freeman was in the ensemble of that.
Wow.
He was in the chorus. But so like it was famously performed then. But when they did the show, they did it in the same arrangements and styles that Carol Channing was still on the stage. Like they did it in the same costumes. They didn't change any of the music. I mean, they moved the keys up a little higher because no one sang in Carol Channing's keys. But I mean, other than that, there wasn't any. Pearl Bailey was just doing Carol Channing's "Hello Dolly," but she got to perform in it. And what I wanted to see with this show was what would it be like if it had been created to be performed by Black people, and what would it be like if everybody got to fully express who they are right now in this material. So we're not doing it in a 60s style. We're not doing
interesting.
It's like, what if this music was happening right now and someone was going to do the show with Black folks? So that doesn't mean that it's not rock like for this at all. But there are moments that are gospel in the show. There are moments that are jazz. There are moments that are there's a funk number that's like kind of James Brown. It's wow. There are beautiful like ballads that are happening. There's there's R&B things in it. There's kind of a thing that's kind of in the it's kind of like it's Boys to Men. Like there's just all these beautiful, exciting new directions for the music to go into.
Wow! And so let's tell everybody about when that's happening.
Yeah. So it's going to be this coming Monday night, March 21st. It's going to be at 7 p.m. at Stonewall Inn. The doors are going to open at 6:30. The show's going to be just an hour long. I mean, the whole cast album of Hello Dolly is only 45 minutes long. And that cast album included dance music and overtures that we don't have. But what we're doing is we're expanding the music some, and we're using some of the songs that were written for Barbra Streisand for the film. We're using some of the songs that were written. Originally, Dolly was going to be Ethel Merman, and they wrote 2 songs that were for her. And when she went into the show during the run, they put those songs in for her. They added songs for her when she went into the show. We're doing some of that music as well.
Wow. That's and who made those decisions about who gets to sing what? Did you make those decisions as the musical director?
Yeah, I'm producing this concert. So I'm working on this with Amy Marie Haven, who's spectacular. She's a director and a producer. She was formerly the associate artistic director at the African American Shakespeare Company in California. And she's currently working as a producing fellow at The Music Man on Broadway.
Cool.
Yeah,
and Hugh Jackman is in that.
In fact, Hugh Jackman is who chose her to get that position at.
That's incredible.
At The Music Man.
Oh wow, that's incredible. Now I know you see a lot of Broadway shows. I notice. Yeah. You and Frank, you're always posting that, and I always ask you. So, did you see The Music Man?
I was at opening night.
Did you love it?
Yes, it's a great show. It's a great show. It's a beautiful piece, anyway.
He's so great. Hugh Jackman is so great.
He's also a really nice person as well.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. He's very kind-hearted. Everybody says it. The dressers, the wig people, everybody has. A lot of my friends work on those shows. And you also saw Company.
Yes, I saw it multiple times.
Okay, I'm dying to see Company. Company's number one on my list.
It's so great. And you know Nick Rodriguez as well.
Of course. Nick Rodriguez worked at Brandy's with us.
Yeah, so I went to go back to see him in it. He's great in the show when he's on.
His voice is to die. And he's a lovely human. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so now, first of all, who got to pick who was in the show? Did you get to pick, or did you?
Amy and I chose this together. The impetus for this was Tarra Conner-Jones, because I think that she's just a light on stage. Like, she has an incredible energy in life, but she's outrageous on a stage. And the idea of her getting to play Dolly was so exciting to me. I mean, I saw all the Dollys in the last production. I saw Bette Midler and Donna Murphy and Bernadette Peters, and I saw Betty Buckley on the first national tour. And I was like, I want to see Tarra bite into this role. She's so right for it.
Is it one of your favorite? Would you safe to say it's one of your favorite shows?
No. Oh no. It's
But you saw all those different women.
I wanted to see them because it was a chance for me to see what they would be like, how different they would be, and they're all women that I'm really fans of. And so it's a piece that I like the show, but it's not one of my favorite musicals. But I think it has great music in it, and there's so much great music in the piece, and the characters are so funny, like, I just really wanted to get a chance to do it. Also, maybe it's not one of my favorite musicals because it never spoke to me personally. Like, I couldn't imagine myself in the world of it. And
right.
This is kind of a chance for me to be like, oh, this is what that world could look like with me in it.
Right. I love that. Okay, honey, so how many rehearsals have you folks had?
Basically, I mean, it's crazy. Every person in the cast is doing a single 1 hour rehearsal with me, and they rehearse outside of that. Well, like, I sent them all tracks, and we're writing arrangements on their voices, and so we meet together to make sure the arrangements are working. And then we have a rehearsal. We put all the pieces together the day of the show, with the band, with some very minor staging, just to get all the pieces of that together cooking.
Yeah, I just noticed LaDawn Taylor just joined in the thread. LaDawn is in the show.
Yes.
That's very exciting.
She's playing Minnie Fay. The role, actually, that's the role that Beanie Feldstein played in the last revival. And now she went from doing that to like Funny Girl on Broadway.
And look at her now. I want to see it so badly. Judy does not. Judy is, she loves Barbara, and she's like, no. But I said, come on, let's just go see it. So I think we might. I think I might just have to get a ticket and just say we're going. But okay, so shall we bring her on? Our mutual friend, we love her. She's amazing.
And also, tell Judy I love Barbara in the film. Tarra, when she saw her, she's like, "This is incredible footsteps to be walking behind," and we're excited.
Oh no, we lost John. He'll be back. Oh, there she is. Hi. Oh, there's John. He's back too. Tarra, we were just talking about you singing your praises.
I know, and I'm sitting here crying. Literally.
Listen, you're very subdued right now. You're very whatever, you're sweet. But I follow you, Tarra, and you are like a stick of dynamite out there in the world.
Oh my
doing a million trillion things.
Well, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of work to be had. There's, I want to create. I want to perform. I want to sing. I want to write. I want to do everything that I feel I was born to do. So, there's nothing to do but do it.
That's right. That's right. Now, you are you still doing the tour of Hairspray?
No. I was on Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, and I got off in January.
Okay.
So I've been hanging out here in Florida, resting, renewing, and doing a bit of work also.
Yeah, and you were playing Motormouth in that.
Yes.
And Hairspray, and you're going to be playing Dolly in this.
I'm playing Dolly in this. I'm so excited.
Oh my God, it's going to be great. So watching Barbra Streisand, which every show has their iconic person that created that role, or that people remember that role, right? So. Yeah. As you watch it, did you ever watch that as a kid, or was it like a new thing that you just said, "Let me go back and watch that and see what I think"?
I didn't watch it necessarily as a kid, but I remember being so excited that Pearl Bailey, Dolly and Hello Dolly.
That Pearl Bailey. Because I loved her growing up. There was something about Pearl Bailey that, I just wanted to hang out with her. She was so beautiful and fun and loving and just
yeah.
I just was like, oh, I wish she lived in my neighborhood, or I wish she was, one of my friend's moms or something. She just was so loving. But I can't believe, and so talented.
Yeah, and that's a moment where representation matters, where you can really see that, because as a younger person, to know that was something that Pearl Bailey did, and to watch snippets of it, I completely knew that I could do it too at some point.
Yes,
you know?
Absolutely. I totally agree. And it's just like anything like that. It's beautiful. I didn't know, and I'm sorry I didn't know that, But Leo knew, so would you, Pearl Bailey, who were some of the people that coming around or growing up as singers that you paid attention to, were like, that, I love that sound, or I want to emulate, or that moves me?
Okay, so a few. So one of my all-time favorite singers is Shirley Caesar. She's a gospel singer. I love Shirley Caesar. She's going to give you a good old story.
Okay.
She's going to give you songs. She's going to give you theatrics. She's a full show. She's a one-woman show. Love Shirley Caesar. Love Patti LaBelle growing up. She also is an entire show.
Mm-hmm. I've seen her in concert twice. She's amazing.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, and funny as hell.
Yeah, I saw younger Patti and older Patti, and I love them both.
Yep, absolutely.
Aretha Franklin, of course.
Of course.
And there's a theme here. All of the people that I'm naming are literally one-woman shows.
Right.
Like, no one else has to be on stage with them, and it'll work.
Well, I'm sorry, but you just described yourself.
I don't know about that.
John, am I right?
I mean, you definitely are a whole show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
John, little big brother, I don't like how you said that.
No, it's a compliment. In other words, you could hold the attention of an audience just by yourself. But
I mean, she's about to do her one-woman show by herself down in Florida.
Okay, so that's what I wanted. I did want to segue into that at some point. We might as well do it now. So you and also Leo brought this to my attention. Thank God for Leo. He does his homework.
Leo,
starring Tarra Connor Jones. What is this about? Tell us about this.
So I wrote a piece about the life of Nell Carter.
Beautiful.
Entitled From Birmingham to Broadway. I started writing it in 2019, worked on it in 2020, did a workshop down here in Sarasota, Florida at West Coast Black Theater Troupe to get it on its feet. John flew in and did all of my music for the show, went in and recorded because it's a tracked show.
Okay. Is it original music?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Samples from shows that she's done, hymns that she was famous for singing. And it has a pretty big storyline, and it's going to close the season with a full run here at West Coast Black Theater Troupe in the month of May.
Oh my God, that is fantastic.
I'm so excited. I can't even hardly believe it.
Now we got a few people that have joined us. We have Aha Broadway is watching. LaDawn Taylor is watching. My cousin Kathy Roberti is watching from Massachusetts. Jill Dilly from Philadelphia. So we got a bunch of people watching us that I like to call out our audience because people are so sweet and they pop on every week. Okay, so you will have to let us know when that's... Yes, Leo, I see you.
I have a question. Oh, where'd she go? Oh, well, John, you did the music. Did she do any gospel as Nell?
Oh, yes. There's some gospel in the show. There's some songs that are going to really surprise people, things that people didn't know that Nell Carter was a part of, that are just really wild. Also, like her television theme song is in there.
Give me a break, I should deserve it. Oh my God, that's awesome. She did a scene. Oh, there's Tara. She did a scene, Tara. Did you, do you remember that scene? I think it was in Give Me a Break when I think her mama or her daddy passed away and she did that gospel song.
Yes.
I hear you. That's all I hear. I'm excited.
I'm not saying anything about it.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. And that's in Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, Florida, at West Coast White Theater Troupe. It runs the entire month of May.
Wow. Okay, you know what I'm going to ask you to do when that right before that starts? Can you post a poster on my personal page?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then just share it on my page, and then I'll share it to my show page.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, of course. I think it's wonderful. So, okay, you folks are doing this wonderful concert coming up, and who else is in it? You want to tell me who else is in it?
Oh, it's insane. Like we saw people in auditions, and that was incredible too. But we just asked some people that I thought were right, like Tarra, like Kenneth Matthew Green.
Yeah, like Honey Green.
Like people are not going to be ready for what he's going to be doing.
Sheldon, no, I'm never ready.
Really? Is that true?
Oh, it's wild. Sheldon Henry and Khalifa White they're such stars. Like, I mean, I met them both during Summer Stock years ago. And Sheldon now he's in his second Broadway show. He's currently in Tina.
Right.
Directly from being in The Prom to being in Tina. Khalifa just made her Broadway debut this past fall in Carolina Change.
Oh my God!
But she was a top 3 finalist in the Search for Roxy for Chicago. So like she's under consideration to be that role as well.
That's incredible.
LaDawn Taylor, I recently did Henry Box Brown with her, and I've worked with her in some concert settings. But she is just a stunning singer and a really great actress. We're really excited to get to work with her again. Grant, who is in this concert, is currently in The Baker's Wife on Theater Row.
Wow.
Stephen Schwartz personally selected him to be in that. He and I had never gotten to work together, and we're so excited to get to work together on this. Peter McIntosh is somebody that's been in my life for years and years and years. We've never gotten to really work together on a piece. And just he has such bright and beautiful energy, and people are not ready for the song that he is singing that we put in for the show for him. Nobody is ready. And Ekamini is a new person, entirely new to me, that we met through the audition process, because we posted, online, and she came in and she sang for Amy, Maria, and I, and we were like, she is stunning. Where has she been? Why have we never met her? Like, and she just took us away right away. And she was so open and vulnerable, and we were like, we have to have her in this piece. And so that was who we got, and we were just thrilled with all of the cast.
Okay, so this is an hour show at the Stonewall Inn this coming Monday, 7 p.m.
Half of the tickets are already sold already.
I'm sure. So how do people get tickets?
I mean, you can connect to us directly at forcreatingincolor@gmail.com, or you can also just do a search on Brown Paper Tickets. Brown Paper Tickets is the ticketing venue for this online. And so
for our radio listeners, I want to say that again. For the number 4, creating in color, right?
Yes, at Gmail.
At gmail.com. So that's how, if you wanted to reserve a ticket at the Stonewall Inn, the tickets are only $10. I mean, seriously, you can't even get a drink for that anymore.
No.
And I mean, you can, but that's before the tip. But, like, just really, what can you get for $10? Very little, but you can get it.
We're going to be seeing Broadway talent, and these, Tarra just got finished playing Motormouth Mabel at Sea. These are major stars that we have gotten to do this project with us. Kenny Green has been starting 3 off-Broadway pieces, and a second national tour, and international tours. These are major performers. To get to see them in that room, in that size of a room. Even our bass player is a Broadway star. The bass player is the new bass player that he's opening a Strange Loop on Broadway. I've worked with him for years. This is going to be his Broadway debut. And this is the day before his birthday, and he's going to play this show for me.
You know what I love about this stuff, too, is and all of you are so talented, and you've done so many things already. However, the way I look at it is like I'm smart enough to know that I am right now sitting with you're my friends, of course, but I'm sitting with greatness. And what I mean by that is, yeah, we're friends, and you're doing amazing work, but now is the time for people to come out and see you folks, because you're all going to blow up bigger than you already have blown up. And now is the time. Then it's going to be too hard. Then you have to get a Broadway ticket. Then you have to. Can you imagine seeing the level of talent that you folks have in a small, intimate space like the theater up at Stonewall for $10?
I mean, this is like the people that can say they saw Barbra Streisand at the Bonsoir. This is a chance to see these incredible talents in this really intimate. I mean, we saw Taylor Swift perform in that space, and we saw Sarah Bareilles perform in that space. this to me is a very similar thing where you get to see these incredible performers up close that you never thought you'd get to see like that.
Yeah. It's those moments you don't forget. So Tarra, for you, what do you think the biggest challenge has been after coming off the ship? Is it that you're just rehearsing again? Is it auditioning again? What has it been for you? Is it getting used to not
it's getting acclimated again to land. Even though I stayed active on the ship, it was very different once I got off and started walking on pavement, and it was just different. Breathing is different off the ship, so I had to really work to get myself back in shape that way.
Yeah, and you're someone that walks a lot. I know you used to watch live videos. You used to walk a lot.
Right. So I had to build back up to that.
Does that help you with your singing as well?
It does.
Yeah,
actually,
I find that too.
For my show, I know the pieces that have lots of choreography where I'm also doing a lot of singing. And what I started doing in my morning walks is once I'm at a brisk pace, I have to sing through all of that stuff with the track to make sure I can move and sing and breathe at the same time.
Absolutely. I think that's a wonderful way to get yourself in, and all gets your lungs moving like that. I always feel better when I do that. Also, Nicole Ann has joined us. That's Lynn Portis' daughter. And Christopher DePiero has joined us. He's an amazing filmmaker and also videographer. If you ever need something videoed, he's your guy. So, if you're ever doing a show or something. So I just want to put a plug in for my friend Chris. Yeah, no, I feel that too. And, people will hear someone like you and be like, oh, she's got pipes for days. But that doesn't just come easily. You have to work on that, and you have to maintain that.
Yes.
Right?
You have to work on it. What was hard about the ship is the ship was very dry. You really could not have humidifiers because it's plugged into an outlet. So you just had to kind of learn how to deal with it. That was really rough for me. It was very, very dry.
How many shows a week did you do out there, Tarra?
6 to 7, sometimes 4.
Really?
Lots of times 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many people were in the audience? Was it a big theater?
Yeah, a very large theater. I can't per se say how many, but I will tell you this. The ship has the circumference of about, I think it's 3 football fields.
Wow. Okay.
And
I've seen those theaters. I've never been on one of those ships, but I've seen them in pictures, and they're huge.
Yeah, the theater is huge. It's the largest ship. Well, it used to be the largest ship in the fleet. There's a newer ship now that's a touch larger, but it's a very large ship. I mean, if I had to guess, the theater easily sits 1,000, right, John?
Yeah,
not more.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so now after you do this, you start working on your next project. Right? You go back to the Nell Carter piece.
Yes.
Get ready for that. And are you working with people that you know on that, or is it new people, or?
Well, it's only me in the show.
Yeah, but it's tracks. Okay.
Yeah, I recorded those. We did that with the band.
Because I didn't know if you were musically directing that. So
there was a band that we worked with in Florida and then remotely also putting that together. And that theater had 1,400 seats on your show.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing. And how about the theater in Florida? How many seats does that have? Small theater? 300?
It's 300 now. Because it was
300.
It's 300 in the expanded theater.
Usually those theaters they tend to have about 300. But I like that size theater because
so do I.
A one-woman show, that's a powerful. I almost feel like it's more powerful because it's more intimate. It's like the Cherry Lane, if you've ever been to the Cherry Lane Theater. It's small, but it's so powerful, Or
the theater doesn't feel the stage itself is not small. The house is intimate, but the stage is very large there. Like we did Color Purple there. We've done like really large things, The Wiz.
Yeah, and since we did the Color Purple, the stage area is even larger in the newer theater space. But I can tell you this from just doing the workshop. The stage is large because there's a lot of me going from one end to the other end of it. It's me.
Beautiful.
Leo.
I love it. And I was a huge fan of Nell Carter's. I got to tell you quick. I think I told you the story already. Maybe some of the time.
I have.
I think I told you a story about the time I met Nell Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you some other time, John, because it'll take up too much time. But she was, first of all, so sweet, so funny, and so sassy, and I thought I was going to die. I mean, I was her wrangler for the GLAAD Awards one year. And she was, I'll never forget it as long as I live. It was an amazing, I'll tell you, like, some other time when we have time. But I wish
I had gotten to meet her, but I definitely feel her when I do this show.
You're gonna capture her. I already know it. You already do capture her in so many ways. I mean, you're yourself, and you have a distinctive style as Tarra, but you will do her justice.
That's my hope. That is truly my hope.
Well,
I want to honor her legacy.
And you already are doing it. So, okay, let's just go to the... am I right, Leah?
She's got it. She has got it. And her own self. Yeah. You know how they say diva in a positive way, right? Remember how she's a diva in my eyes. Since I met you that one time way back when?
Remember you, Leo?
Wait, remember the time Tarra was on the show and she was...
That's when I met her.
Oh, you were here?
Yeah, we were studio audience that day. Me and the Goffy.
And Billy, right. And Tarra just like kind of backed up there and played. We played and she sang and the whole place was like...
Yeah, I mean, you filled the room. That was,
it was fabulous.
I got to do, in college, I was in Ain't Misbehavin', and I played, I was opposite James Monroe Iglehart. We did that at Cal State Hayward, and I got to do Honeysuckle Rose. Girl, if I had that up there with you,
feels with jealousy.
One day they're going to catch us in the right spot, girl, and we get to do it together.
Honey,
so fun.
That'd be
don't
fun.
tempt me.
Leo, should we go to the food segment of our show?
Oh, yeah, because I'm hungry.
Okay, so I hate to do this. John says it's mean because now I'm still cooking. Because, John, I have to stay creative. I can't just do my show about creative people and not cook. It's not fair. But it's also not fair that I'm showing this food and then you guys can't have it. But
right.
So I apologize. Also, I want to say hi to Rodney Nelson, our friend. He has joined us. Rodney, I miss seeing your beautiful little face. Rodney's an amazing singer. Okay. So you're going to be upset, Tarra, because I know you love shrimp.
I love shrimp. I had shrimp earlier.
Well, I made you shrimp when you were here. So this is just, this is shrimp with chopped garlic, big slices of chopped garlic, white wine, parsley, the Italian trilogy there, the Italian trilogy. And then onions and red peppers, and it's just a basic, beautiful, kind of scampi-ish dish. But I'm on the keto, so no pasta and no starches, just this.
No rice or nothing?
Beautiful.
I know you're really good about healthy foods. But what I like about keto is I can have what I have. Then I made a salad with kale, white and red cabbage, cranberries, and pumpkin seeds. And I'm putting a gremolata, olive oil, and I'm going to put a honey vinegar on this.
Okay.
So, yeah, just to make it a little sweet. And then my keto cookies, my pumpkin spice keto cookies, that's what I miss the most, dessert. But these are all right. They'll take care of it. I got to fit into my pants, Tarra. I got to get back in those pants.
Well, everything looks good to me.
Okay. All right. Because I know you're very good about cooking certain things. And I see you take pictures of your food all the time.
All the time. I love to eat. I truly do.
Leo's a good cook. John, oh my God.
John is the chef and the baker.
John,
I am coming, John, for somebody's birthday cake, just so you know. So I will be there for that birthday cake. I am ready.
My birthday's in May, and John said he threatened to bake me a cake.
Oh, I take that.
He listened.
I was going to take the night off of work. I said, oh, it's my birthday, May 21st. I'm going to just take the night off of work. And he was like, if you don't take the night off of work, I'll make you a cake. I was like, I'm coming to work.
Right? Go to work.
Yeah, so we're going to have a party. We're going to have a party at Brandy's on May 21st, Saturday night. It's going to be there. Fun. All right, so let's remind everybody again when the show is. We got about 10 minutes left to show. John, tell everybody when the show is, because sometimes people pop in and on.
Yes. So it's going to be Monday the 21st, next week. Monday the 21st at 7 p.m. at Stonewall Inn in the West Village. And doors are going to open at 6:30. Tickets are only $10. They are available at Brown Paper Tickets. Or you can go to the number 4, Creating in Color, at gmail.com. Number 4 and then Creating in Color at gmail.com.
Okay, great. And Tarra, I also want to ask you about, I mean, I know it's a redundant, these questions, it just seems, but like, I know you were on the ship for a lot of all the crazy that was happening, but what was the biggest challenge for you before you got on the ship in COVID as a creative person?
I would think the biggest challenge was probably what happened with everyone was watching contracts just disappear and not having an assurance of when we would be able to go back to work, or if we would be able to go back to work, what that would look like. You know, I've shared with many of my friends that I don't have a regular 9-to-5 job, and so many other people had already gone back to work, but theaters were still dark.
Yeah.
And I even considered for a fleeting moment, oh my God, what if I have to go back to teaching?
I know we talked about that because I was doing some online teaching.
I'm like, I don't want to go back into the classroom. Like,
I know, honey.
So I'm very happy that things are opening again.
But you started as a teacher, right? So a lot of our listeners know you started off as a teacher.
I worked for 19 years as a teacher in elementary school.
Okay, so this is important for people that don't know that side of Tarra. And did someone say to you, you need to be singing, or how did that happen?
Yeah, well, I've sang all of my life, basically, and even when I was teaching, I would do community theater on the weekends. But I got a text message from a big sister in the industry, Angela Robinson, that said that I should go audition for The Color Purple. I went. Long story short, they hired me in my hometown, and the director there told me, you shouldn't be in a classroom, you should be on the stage, and I want to do everything I can to make sure that happens.
Ah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that story. You know, it's like, so also the other thing is you never know who you're around, you know, like there's so much talent out there, and it's just, it's hidden, or for whatever reason, for financial reasons mostly, I would think.
Yeah.
People have to pay their bills, you know, you can't always just say, oh, I want to do this or that and just do it. You have to pay your bills. So have
to, but I mean, I think you also have to step out too, because if it had not been for John, who had not been persistent about me coming to New York, because I would always tell him, well, you know, I don't know, and where am I going to live, and I have to pay my bills, and I have to have money, and I have to do such and such. Mm-hmm. But he would not let it go, and it's one of the best decisions I made, and I can't wait to get back.
Well, I remember when I first met you, the night I met you, John had brought you to the duplex, and it was one of those singer spotlight nights, and Darius was playing, and I remember John said, oh, you're going to love Tarra, you're going to love it, and then you got up and sang it, and literally, which never happens because bars are busy, everybody stopped what they were doing, and we all were like, whoa. You know, there's a lot of great singers in this town. This is the mecca of great singers. But you have a very special gift, special gift, and your light is enormous. And I can't wait for more and more and more people to see and hear you. Yes, Sir Lancelot.
If you can make the people in the duplex shut up, girl.
Right?
Shut up.
Exactly. So also, Rita Crowley-Bergen, my cousin, said, go ahead, keep eating. I didn't say that. I forget to say that sometimes. The segment of our show is called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. And Lauren Feeney Portnoy has joined us. She is a great friend of ours. She's in LA. She is also a friend of our friend Poppy's, who we love. And we were talking about Poppy last night. Again, we talk about Poppy every day. Every day somebody is talking about Poppy. So sending out some love to Poppy. Now,
that means she's sending some back, though, right?
I mean,
if she's up in conversation, it's because she's sending some back.
Absolutely, and I hear her laughing all the time at me, because she used to laugh at me all the time, because I would say stuff and she'd be just laughing. So now, what do we want to leave people with? We've got a few minutes left to our show. John, what do you want to leave people with?
I just hope that everyone can get in to see the show that wants to see the show. It's going to be a night of just joy and community and and the most high energy entertainment that you can possibly imagine. I keep telling people that people are not ready for what they're going to see on that stage. It's incredible.
I can't wait. And that's at 7. John says it's about an hour. Maybe it'll start a little bit later, but about 7 to 8. And then starting at 9, John and Susie and I stay on for open mic. So if you're in the neighborhood, I mean, how much fun would that be? You get to see an amazing Dolly in concert. And then if you stick around, then open mic starts. So there's a lot of fun to be had, you know. And Tarra, honey, what would you like to leave people with?
Live, be happy, follow your dreams. If it ain't happening, make it happen.
Perfect. Leo, what do you think? What do you want to leave our listeners with?
Man, we always get such a master class and such fun. I can't wait to see you, John. I've only got to sing with John once since I was in New York, so I'm excited to see John and hang out.
I know you are coming to New York in May, so you're going to have to. Leo, I'm going to cook so much food for you because poor Leo is like, he's in California. He's like, I know, I feel so bad. Soon, when we're all together, I'm going to have another party. I just haven't had a... Because my apartment turned into the sauce factory now. It's like I have all this stuff. Even today I went shopping. But I will. We'll have another party. Okay.
I think the way to get out of the sauce is to have the party because everybody will be leaving with some.
I know. Remember I used to have these parties and everybody would leave with Tupperwares. I do want to remind people that we have merchandise. We have... tote bags are 10 and mugs are 10. If you want anything like this, please let us know. Go ahead, keep eating on the back of that. And then we do have our beautiful blue apron. That is $25. This thing is the most popular item. The much younger version of me, you get a very younger version of me. And then, let's not forget, the calendar.
Woo! I'm good.
The apron.
That was April.
Yep. Mr. June came into last night. Mario came into Stonewall last night.
Oh, really?
Mr. June, and I introduced him as such. There we go. Lots going on there. A lot of men with just aprons on. Nothing else.
And one hottie lady in October.
One hot girl. That's Judy Mesa, my girl. So, all right. I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come on and talk about your wonderful project. I look forward to seeing and hearing you. And Leo, thank you for everything that you've done for the show. And we'll continue to do. We're here every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 to 10 p.m. So please go and you can watch the show and go back and watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on my Facebook channel. Facebook, either one. And you can listen to it in podcasts and Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We love and appreciate you, and thank you. Please come back next week. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Everybody. Good night.
It's who I am.